ladies, I hope you guys are doing well and being blessed. Let me go ahead and get started because I'm so excited. Now let me tell you, this video is kind of like a two-part video. So the first part of this video that you're gonna see, we're gonna talk about the brand new, and it is everywhere. When I say everywhere, it's everywhere on YouTube. I hope I'm not too late to the game, but I got a really good review. Actually, this is like a three-part video. You're going to get a first impression, you're going to get a review, and you're going to get a eye tutorial. So this is like a 3-in-1. So the very first part of the video is going to be my very first impression of the new Naked Urban Decay Heat palette. First, I got to open the box because I have not opened the box. So it's pretty nice. And there it is for you. Very nice. I think the title fits it. I think the packaging that they decided on fits it really well. These colors are very warm, and I can already tell these are going to be some great colors for African American women. They always come with a brush, and believe it or not, because I have 3 of the other Naked palettes, and I actually use all of the brushes. So the brushes are pretty neat, so make sure you don't throw that away. One thing I will say so far, just looking at the palette, the shimmer colors, they are that real fine satin type of shimmer. It's not the type of shimmer that has the glitter, and the glitter is kind of thick. These are very smooth shimmer colors. So let's go ahead and get into some swatches. So the first color that I'm going to swatch is right here, and that is Ounce. There's Ounce. The next color, Chaser. And it looks like these two colors are going to be really good for your eyebrow highlight. The next two colors is going to be really good for your eyebrow highlight. The next color is Sauce. I can tell Sauce is going to be a great transition color. Your next color, which is still another matte, is Low Blow. This is going to be another great transition color. The next color is L'Ombre. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. And there's L'Ombre. That's going to be very nice. I would actually wear that on the lid. Really nice. The next color is He Devil, and that is a matte. That's a pretty warm rust. Yeah, that's going to be really nice. The next color is Dirty Talk. That's more of a satin. And I did not bring my makeup wipes. Wow. That's Dirty Talk. Wow. That's all I'm gonna say is wow. Oh my. That is nice. The next color is Scorched. That's there. That's like another satin. These satins are really nice. Real nice. Ooh, oh my. Very nice. But they're very similar. I think this is a little bit more orangey, a little bit more popping, and this has a little bit more rose gold to it, more copper, but nice. Very nice. All right, now the next color is called Cayenne. That is another matte. And there's Cayenne. Wow. All right, the next color I believe is called En Fuego. Right here, it's a matte. There it is. Very pretty. Very pretty. The next color is Ashes. And this is a color that you can definitely smoke out that outer V. And then our very last color is Ember. And it's right there. That's a satin finish. You can see the shine on that already. And that is a nice color. So far, once again, this is my first impression. This is the first time I've ever seen this palette in person. I really like it. I will say this, it is very warm, but don't be afraid of those warm colors, because I think you can really sheer them out and get the look of your desire. So if you're not a dark complected person or medium tone person, but could be possibly be a person of a lighter complexion, don't shy away from these, because these are really nice. Now I will also say this is such a fiery warm palette. This palette will be great for the fall, but by any means it's not limited to the fall. Is this a one and done palette? When I say one and done, you can pick up this palette and create an eye look. I believe you can. Most people probably can. But for me, I can still see myself adding in a color or two from somewhere else. But could this palette be a one and done? By all means, it could. It has a lot of oranges. It has a lot of red. It has a lot of it kind of reminds me of the Grand Canyon. That's the only way I can explain all these colors. But they're really nice. And actually, I really do think that I'm gonna like it. One thing I will say about this palette, it is a women of color friendly. So I will say this for this palette. So if you really want to see what it looks like on the actual eye, just stay tuned, because I'm getting ready to do an eye tutorial using this palette. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with the eye tutorial. The first thing that I'm going to start with, and I've already put on my foundation, and I've already done my eyebrows, and I will link my eyebrow video somewhere in this area. You might see it right here, and you will see like a little message, and it might say like eyebrow tutorial, something like that, and then you can click on that and it'll take you straight to my eyebrow tutorial. Eyebrows, very simple. I use a 99-cent eyebrow pencil from Walgreens. That's basically it. Now this is what really makes your eyebrow pop, is when you clean it up and you carve it out with a concealer. So if you ever want that sharp, clean look, like I have on this eye, you do it with concealer. Now some people also do it on top, and that'll clean up the top just like the bottom. I don't do it on top, and the reason why I don't do it on top, I don't have enough time. So that's why I don't do it on the top, but you can. I will say this, if you're going to do it on top, I like my bottom to be pretty bright. I like my bottom right here to kind of pop. But if you're going to do it on top, I would recommend that you use a color that is pretty close to your natural complexion. When I do it here, I do it anywhere from 2 to 3 shades lighter, because I want this to be highlighted. But if you're going to do it up top, I would say use your natural color, something close to your natural color, because if not, it'll be bright up here and up here, and it'll give it kind of like a halo look, like where your eyebrows are literally outlined up top bright and at the bottom bright. I hope that makes sense. So let's go ahead and get started. This is one of my favorites. I put this in my favorite video. I will also link that as well. So I'm going to link my favorite video somewhere up here and my eyebrow video somewhere up here, and I will also put it in the description box below. It's Caramel, and it is the Complete Concealer by NARS. I absolutely love this. It is expensive, it is overpriced, but for me it is well worth the $30. So I kind of go in with some on a brush, and I'm just going to basically use this as a highlight as well as a base. It is a wonderful base, and I know this looks like a lot, but I'm going to take the color from here to here, and then I'm going to blend it in with my fingers.
I can't wait to see your face. I need a smile in your embrace. I'm alright. I'm alright. Yeah. Bring the stupid change.
Okay, now that is done, what that does is it allows you to have a really nice even color palette to work with. It gets rid of any dark coloration you might have here, any type of veining color that comes through. It gets rid of and cancels all of that, and it gives you a really nice smooth area to lay your eyeshadows. Now I'm just going to take my setting powder, and it is the Laura Mercier. This is another one of my favorites, and by setting, this is going to make sure that it does not crease and your eyeshadow will last all day. And it also kind of makes your eyeshadow blend in better, and it makes your eyeshadow pop as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and get started with our very first color in the Heat palette by Urban Decay, and I am using the color Scorch. And here is the color Scorch right here, and I'm going to actually use my fingertips.
Loving you is everything, and I'm alright. I'm alright.
Now, let's see, what is this called? Now for my crease area, I'm going to use my NYX 16 brush, and I'm going to use the color Low Blow, which is here, and the color Sauce. I'm going to mix those, and I'm just going to warm up that crease. Now I'm going to use En Fuego, and I'm going to work that on the outer V area and into the crease, and I'm using my Sephora 86 crease brush. You always want your color to go from dark to light, dark to light. So I'm going to put most of my color here, and once I get it there, then I'm going to move it into the crease. Notice I'm not bringing it all the way here. I'm stopping about right here within that crease. The next thing that I'm going to use, the next color, it's the darkest color in the palette right here. It is kind of like a smoky purple. It is called Ashes. I'm going to put that at the very, very outer V and bring it into the crease just a little bit. And just put it at that very edge and kind of bring it in just a little bit. Remember, I want most of my color here. And what is that doing? Is darkening out those edges. Is giving your eye that kind of look going up here. So it's kind of elongating the eye. And it's also giving your eye some definition and some depth and some warmth. So that way it won't look like you put on an eye color, and eye color. It won't look like stripes. It'll kind of just fade everything and blend everything in. So I'm going to add a little bit more. Now I'm going to go back in just with the brush I was using previously, kind of blend it all in a little bit. I'm going to also go back in with my NYX brush, and I'm going to pick up some more of that Low Blow and Sauce, and I'm going to put it right up in this area because I want that area to kind of pop. And this is what you call your transition color, right up in this area. Your transition color you want right about here. Also, I lost some of the color on the lid. No problem. I'm going to go back in with my finger, getting Scorched, and just place it back. Because sometimes, and guess what? You're pretty much done. And I like the way that the concealer came out until I'm not going to even use a highlight. So now if you notice, I do have some fallout with eyeshadow right here. Some people do their eyes first and then put on their foundation and things like that. Today I went ahead and put on my foundation first. So if you do put your foundation first and you see that, oh, I got a little eyeshadow right here, I just take like a cotton ball, kind of blend it in a little bit because I'm going to use a concealer. So now I'm going to take my Tarte concealer in the color Deep, and not only am I going to conceal, but I'm going to also get rid of some of that fallout.
Don't give up yet. Alright. People come and they go. Yeah. That's just the way that it goes. That's the way that it goes.
Here is my MAC Skin Finish in Dark Tan. So I'm going to take a brush. This brush is by It It Cosmetics, they have, I like their brushes. They need to work on their colors for women of color. I believe they have some great products. They just don't have the best colors for women of color, and that's something that they need to work on. But their brushes are divine. I really like their brush. So now I'm going to show you what to do with the lower lid. And basically right here in your lower lid, whatever colors you use up top, you can use the same colors at the bottom, so that way you don't have to try to think of something different. But you can use totally different colors at the bottom if you choose to. With the two colors that I used Fuego and Ashes. So I'm going to use those two colors together, and I'm going to use that same smudge brush that I used by e.l.f. earlier in that inner corner. Now, some people put on their eyeliner first and then they put the eyeshadow color at the bottom. I like to do it totally opposite. I like to do the eyeshadow and then the eyeliner, because if you put the eyeliner first, by the time you put the eyeshadow at the bottom, it kind of gets rid of some of the eyeliner. So I kind of do it opposite. And right now I'm using the Marc Jacobs, and this is the darkest shade in black. And guys, I'm going to use this just by looking at my camera, so I don't know how this eyeliner is going to turn out, but we'll see. Now, I went ahead and put on my eyeliner at the top. I don't do anything really fancy. I don't do a long wing eyeliner. So basically, I just use the Wet n Wild, and it's the Mega Liner. It is in black. Here is the tip of it so you can get a look at it. Now I'm going to show you really quick how I apply my mascara. This is Maybelline Rocket, and it's in the shade Very Black. Basically, I go back and forth just to get the eyelashes coated. Once the eyelashes are coated with the product, then I take the brush and I brush them on. I brush it through, and that's basically it. And I just keep going and going until I get the desired look, thickness that I like. And I do the same thing at the bottom. All right, ladies, yes, honey, I am back. I done spruced up the hair a little bit, girls, and now I'm gonna just put on just a little bit more lipstick. Well, actually lip gloss, and this is also in one of my videos. This is the Anastasia lip gloss, and it's in Saint Tropez. I think that's how you say it. So this is a really, really nice summer color. It has some pinks and some corals and some wonderful things in it, and I really do think that it goes well with this eye look. Now let me go ahead and give you my final thoughts. Here are my final thoughts. Is this a very nice palette? It really is. It has wonderful, wonderful warm colors. It does have a little kickback, meaning a little fallout, but most eyeshadows do. The colors are very, very warm, very sultry, very fiery, very warm. Just really, really nice colors. I actually really love the palette. This is one of the first palettes that actually have a nice transition color, which I normally put right in this area, and I use the Low Blow and Sauce. I really love those two colors. The normally for my transition color that I use every day is by MAC, and that color is called Saddle. I use that color a lot. I will say this. One thing I really do like about this palette is that I love the transitional colors that they offer for African American women, because a lot of times in palettes, finding that transitional color can be very, very difficult. So I love this palette for that. I've also used this palette in conjunction with other palettes, and it works out really, really well. I love the Amber. I love Fuego. Those are nice colors. The one color to me that has not really worked out well for me, and it's called Lumbre or Lumber. I don't know quite how to pronounce it, but that color is right here. I've tried it with a brush, and I've tried it wet. Wet worked okay, but I haven't tried it with my fingertips yet. So this is one of the colors that was quite difficult for me to use, but I'm not saying it's a bad color. The color is gorgeous. I'm just having a hard time really getting it on the eye. I did another eye look with this a couple of days ago. It was gorgeous, but for some reason that color just didn't stay all day. So I'm still trying to figure out that particular color. The rest of the colors work really well. I even tried quench right here as a eyebrow bone highlight, and it did pretty good. I even tried the last color right here on my lid one day, and it worked really well. So overall, is this a great palette? Yes. Is this a great palette for women of color? Most definitely. If you are a eyeshadow junkie like myself, you probably have a lot of these colors already, so you might not necessarily need the palette. But if you are an eyeshadow junkie, you need to get it. If you do want to go and start to experience in warmer colors, this is an excellent palette to start. This is a one and done palette, and when I say one and done, I can really create an entire look, which is kind of odd for me. I can create an entire eye look using just this palette. Now, the one thing I do not like about this palette, I think they should have used a brighter gold, something that will go nice into the inner tear duct. I wish they would have used maybe something like this color here. Something like this would have really looked nice within the palette to give it a sense of a gold shade in there, because I just think something like this would have just went really nice in the palette. There is not a really nice inner corner highlight within this palette. Even something like Amber Lights by MAC, that's an eyeshadow by MAC that really would have went well within this palette. I would say this palette is a thumbs up. It's a great way to get into your warm colors, and this palette, it really reminds me of the Grand Canyon. That's the only way I can explain it, is that the colors are within that earth tone family. So for me, this is definitely a thumbs up. I can say it's probably one of my favorite palettes by Urban Decay, because this is the fourth one that I purchased, and I must say I really feel like I'm going to enjoy this palette. So I don't want to make this video too long. Make sure you go ahead and give a girls a thumbs up. Make sure you add all your comments, because I do read your comments, and yes, I do respond to your comments. So make sure you go ahead, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that notification bell, so that way whenever I upload a video, you'll be the first to know. Y'all go out and be blessed.